Hello everybody, this is DXG Firestorm, and today we're going to be talking about the one, the only, the T-29, the Tier 7 American Heavy Tank. Now this thing is maybe the definition of a Ridgeline warrior in World of Tanks, tier for tier. It is absolutely incredible, and there are two effective variants of this tank. The first one uses the 105mm, which has a higher penetration and higher damage, but a lower DPM. This is the top tier gun. It has 198mm on its AP standard AP rounds, and on its APCER, it has 245mm of penetration and 320 damage, plus a pretty decent shell velocity of about 1,200 on its APCR. If you're using the other competitive variant of this, which is the 90mm, now this is the same sort of gun that the Tier 7 American Medium uses, the T20, except this has a higher DPM than the 105mm variant on the T29. It has lower alpha damage and penetration, but again, it has about 200 increase in DPM, and its standard AP rounds have about 160mm of penetration, while the APCR have 243, and less shell velocity than the 105mm. What truly makes this tank special is the fact that it can stay on a ridgeline, and if you're angling it right, and if you're using this tank's 10 degrees of gun depression, which is really good, this thing will practically live forever unless it's facing artillery. It's incredible. With a base turret armor of 279, it makes this tank just absolutely incredible. If we look at the model of it, it has about 200 to 600 plus effective millimeters of armor around the turret. So if you're using the 10 degrees of gun depression on this thing, and you're able to hide this lower plate here, yeah, you're probably not going to get penetrated by anything you're facing. Now, this part, if you can't get this thing hold down, well, you're probably going to get penetrated pretty obviously around your mid plate here. There is this weak spot, the cupola, but it is at such an angle, if you're using, again, the gun depression, you're not going to be able to hit it. And even if you're not, it's nearly impossible to hit anyways. It's so tiny. That's what makes this tank incredible, just the armor capacity on it. And it's not too bad on other stats. Has okay traverse speeds, has pretty standard dispersion on its 90mm, and not too bad on its 105mm for its tier. Now on to some gameplay. We're here on Siegfried Line, and we're going to be going to the B6 quadrant to see if we can support our allies by holding the enemy back in that top right hand corner of the map to make sure they don't come around and flank our teammates. Now there is a fantastic ridge line for this tank at about B6, B7. We are using the 90mm variant of this tank versus the 105mm because I did not have the 105mm unlocked this time. So we're going to head over these little bumps. Don't mind, it's just a scratch on the bottom. It looks like we're the only ones heading to the top right corner to make sure we don't get flanked. And already a T-37's trying to push up on our allies. Our sixth sense goes off, and we miss the T-37, sadly. But we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to just keep going forward. And our artillery did not get taken out by that T-37. It got taken out by a T-32. Which is the next tank up in this tech tree, and arguably much worse tier for tier. So this is the ridgeline that I'm talking about. And this way, we're hiding our plate and only our turrets exposed. So now this E8, who may not be too familiar with this tank, and he's probably trying to shoot our cupola, he's just going to keep bouncing those AP shells off of us. And then, oh, the T-32 is firing at us. But then we take a shot from the Hummel, that German arty. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm moving my turret back and forth just to make sure they have much less of a shot at hitting that already incredibly hard shot of the cupola. So the goal of us being on this ridgeline is to distract as many tanks as possible. If we can distract the E8 and that T-32, we can hopefully allow our allies to go around the south and go through the town to flank these guys. So we take another shot from the E8, effortlessly bouncing it off our turret using, again, this excellent 10 degrees of gun depression on this tank. You take more shots, and now we got Dicker Max firing at us too. Already within the first 2.5 minutes of this game, we've blocked 2,000 damage almost. More than enough to kill us over. We're going to take some more shots. We take a blind shot at the E8. Hopefully hitting it. And there's a Hellcat. Did we hit that Hellcat with our AP shell? We're going to have to find out later. We penetrate the Hellcat, possibly again. And again, just blocking more shots. Can we get the hell in the Hellcat? Nope, someone else kills it before us. We take another blind shot at the E8. And now we're seeing that we're bouncing some APCR rounds off of the Dicker Max. Saying, ha, take that, your extra penetration. You're trying to go through the turret of a T-29. So now we're just waiting to see if anybody comes to advance towards us. Because if we crested this ridgeline, then we would have to deal with our lower plate. But then the T-32 comes up. It has the same top gun as this tank does. And problem is with the T-32, it's not as good tier for tier. It's just not. It doesn't have the amazing turret armor for tier that this tank does. Plus, we're firing up into his plate there, and he's trying to fire down into us, which is more difficult shot on this ridgeline. We're seeing that M4A3E8, but we don't get a shot on him. And I'm requesting fire at him because I'm worried that this T-32 will crest the ridgeline and that E8 will get a ballsy idea and charge forward to me and try to kill me. And luckily, Kel's here, who is in a British Tier 7 medium tank, the Comet, is going to decide to help us. So, he takes a nice shot into the T-32 while we're bouncing some more stuff. The T-32 is distracted on the Comet. We're going to take a nice shot. And we hit the ridgeline. Ah, would you believe it? And that T-32 is just going all out against that Comet. He slams into him and kills him. And we take a shot from the artillery, but I am determined to avenge our ally who really helped us kill this T-32. And we get the kill. Now, our allies have pushed through the town and pushed through the south, absolutely destroying everybody in their way. And we kill the Hummel, that little artillery that's been causing us so much trouble throughout this game. You see the Dicker Max? Oh, he dies. Okay. We're going to take a shot at E8. And we miss. Oh, well, you can't always hit every shot. I'm going to see if we can hit that J-Panther. Oh, he dies. Our allies are really cleaning up. And then the E8 dies. Our allies have absolutely helped us win this game with us providing a pretty effective role of hiding at that ridgeline. Now let's check the post-game stats. As we can see here from our victory on Siegfried Line, we were able to get a third-class medal for 879 base experience, as well as get a cool head medal for ricocheting 10 non-penetrating shots, and a steel ball for blocking the most amount of damage on our team, over 1,000. From our report, we can see we earned 13,487 credits without premium, and if we had premium, it'd be about 20,000. We did an okay amount of damage for a Tier 7 Heavy. That was just pretty much tanking shots and fire a couple blind shots at 1,200 damage. And the real kicker here is how much damage we blocked. Nearly 3,800 damage. That is over 3 times the health of this tank. Well, that's it, and you got to see the amazing Ridgeline Warrior that is the T-29. Please like, favorite, and subscribe. Check out the other videos on this channel, and if you didn't like this video, feel free to tell me why in the comments. Thank you for watching. Until I see you next time, kick ass and take names.